Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, just an update on the car. So the actual hub spaces ended up arriving. So these are the ones from these guys here at Just Jap. That's the actual. So it's a 5x114.3 stud pattern PCD. The actual space of the actual width of this section here is 25 millimeters, and they're a 70.5 center bore, which should match the car here. Now they've literally only just arrived like about an hour ago, so I was just inspecting them, and unfortunately I've noticed they actually have a chip in them, which is, it's not just a scratch, it's actually a full-on like chunk out of that section there, which I'm not very happy about. So I'm going to I don't know whether that happened in transit or was in the process. And there's also a few more chunks. They're not as bad, but a few more chunks in there. So I don't know whether that happened during the process of making them or in the freighting, but yeah, it's not ideal. So I'm going to flick them an email and see if they can, compensate me in some way, either send me a new one, or I'll let you know how that goes. So what I'm going to do is, I've already got the car jacked. Already taken one of my wheels off. So I'll just put the spacer on, the one that's not stuffed, because I don't want to make it any worse. The one that's not got chunks out of it. I'll put the one that has turned up in good nick on, and then I'll put two of the fasteners on just sort of hand tight so it doesn't rattle around too much. And then I will put the Nissan rim on and see the actual fitment. So just give me a second. So I'll just quickly show you this part of me putting this on. So it is a pretty snug fit. So once you get it to the right position, it just slides with zero gap there, slides right against there, and I'm trying to flex that a little bit. Doesn't have that much play, so I'll just tuck those bolts on now. Okay, so I've just put one of the nuts on here and one of them here. They're just on hand tight, so now this won't shift. If I yank it, it's not going to fall. So yeah, it's just a bit of it. Now I can actually spin this, it's not going to rattle around, it's actually sitting flush. So now I'll chuck the tire on. Okay, so spacer is on, hand tight, and I just put the rim on, but I've just done these up lightly because I didn't want to put too much pressure, because obviously I still haven't bored these out to be the correct size to fit this 70.5 millimeter hub size, but I've just put them on lightly, and you can see the gap size there, probably about 10 mil there, that it's gapped. But now I can because obviously can't put all the way on, but now I can actually rotate the tire and check the fitment. So straight away from there I can see that this is no longer going to be, if we decide to keep 25 millimeters like this size, this rubbing here is definitely not going to be a problem anymore. Even if because this has still got to go in another 10 mil, but even if that went in another 10 mil, there's no way that that's going to rub here on the actual top of the wishbone. So that's eliminated that problem. However, what it's done from a legal point of view is now the actual rims, are kind of poking the guards. Now obviously when I get them bored, they're gonna go in another 10 mil roughly, but it's gonna be interesting as to whether or not 10 mil is gonna get it far in enough that it's no longer of interest to the cops. But yeah, it's gotten, you can see the poke there. It's going to be, maybe if I adjusted the camber or something like that, I might be able to get away with it. But yeah, so that's made it, so before it was no problem from a legal standpoint, but now it might be a bit of an issue in that department. So I'll get into the car and I'll show you the main thing that we were trying to fix now. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the actual main problem area, which was the top of the actual wishbone there. So now that we've put that 25mm spacer on the front, we've got, you know, so I mean this is still going to come in another 10mm, but I think you can see there that, you know, it doesn't matter. Even if we came in another 10mm, we're not going to hit that. We're not going to hit that wishbone anymore, which is awesome news, because it means that, like, now I can actually get the rims bored and do the final proper test and actually put them on the car. So yeah, that's great news. So 25mm did the job. Once I get them bored out and they move in about another 10, I'd be interested to see if I could go even smaller spaces, maybe 20mm or 15mm. But you know, from the point of view of it's pretty much mission accomplished because we're clearing that. I can't do this myself, but I've also got someone to go full lock one way and the other way, and we're not hitting anything. And even if the whole rim moved another 10mm, we're not going to hit anything. So yeah, basically mission accomplished, guys, which is awesome. I'll get these rims bought out now and chuck them on the car, and I'll give you an update when we get that done.